Hello, Linda Israel here, and I have the Naturally Aged Paint System Precious Stone from Tattered Angels. And what I'm going to do here is kind of show you a little bit about how this is achieved to get this naturally aged precious stone look on a piece of cardstock. So I've got a piece of, this is what I call ivory or off-white cardstock here. I've got a paint palette over here to my left, and I've got a fan brush, and then off camera I've got a jar of water so I can rinse out my paintbrush. So the first thing you're supposed to do is shake the bottles really well so you get that glimmer mist and glitters that are in them really shaken up into the liquid. And the first step after that is to take satchel and a fan brush and really coat your piece of paper with the glaze. So you really want to add some really nice color to the page and get it covered really well. And I found that when you're working on a white piece of paper, you're going to want more color because that white is just going to be so stark that you're going to feel like this isn't coming out the right color. When I'm working on the ivory, it seems to come out a lot better. So I'm just adding color. You may want to, you can even pour it directly onto your paper and then just kind of mush it around from there. And while this is still wet, you're going to pick up the iron. And you're going to spray this in what they call a hairspray motion. So everybody has their own way of hairspray motion, you know, that trying to cover all of it all the way around. So I'm just going to go in here and spritz this just a little bit to get some of that color in here. And that may seem a little bit dark, but I can add just a little bit of water to kind of help move that color. You don't need to. That was in the instructions that you don't need to add anything else. I just like to add it. And then I'm taking a different fan brush and I'm dipping it into the plumeria. And then you just dot a few on in a random fashion over here while it is all still wet. And it should kind of move in the other layers that are on here. And then I'm just putting my brushes in water so they won't get gunked up. Next, I'm going to take my heat tool and I'm going to dry this, and I'll be right back. When this is completely dry, if you notice that you would like more of the plumeria on it, just go ahead and add a little bit more onto the paper. That'll give you a little bit more color variation, and then you want to go ahead and dry that completely before you do the next step. If you get really close with the heat tool, it will create bubbles. I'm going to do that now. Now I'm going to go into the Cookies and Cream Glam and pick up my fan brush, and I'm going to apply this to the entire project all over. Some areas are going to be thicker than some. You can also use a paper towel to blot up some of the colors. Now I'm going to use my heat tool and dry this. Here is my naturally aged background using the Tattered Angels Precious Stone Paint System. It may not be exactly like theirs. Of course, this is a photograph and a print of their image, but I think it looks pretty cool with the different depths and texture look to it. I'm going to use this page in a journal that I'm working in. I'll trim it to fit the journal page, and then I will do some work on top of it. So that was kind of fun to play with that Tattered Angels paint system. I hope you learned how to use the paint system. If you have any questions, make sure that you comment below in the comment section, and make sure you like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Thank you for watching today. Have a great day. Bye.